Hey guys, and welcome back to another video of 5 Foot Nomad. It's good to be back. Yes. And today we're gonna keep talking about a topic that we actually addressed before, which is how can you relocate to Montenegro as a Nigerian? Stick with us until the end. I'm gonna discuss a very original and alternative way of making it into Montenegro / Serbia. Without even having a Montenegro / Serbia visa in your passport, without ever going to their embassy in Abuja at all. Okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Consider smashing the like button for this video if you like the content that we're creating. Let's dive right into it. So I have suggested a few weeks ago that it's possible to move to Montenegro, which is a rising tourism country in Southern Europe, and the next country to join the European Union in about 2025, 2027-ish, okay, by creating a company or by buying an apartment. Now, buying an apartment sounds a bit big, but in Montenegro it's not that big. It's a matter of 15 million naira or so, and done deal. Okay, you go find me a quality place to live in Nigeria for 15 million naira, and then we can talk. So it's actually not that expensive, especially considering the fact that we're in Europe. Okay, apartments here can be way more expensive than that, especially in the European Union, and especially in capital cities. Or in coastal regions. Some of you have been contacting me over YouTube, over DM on Instagram, asking all kinds of interesting questions. Some of these questions were in the direction of, okay, so I live in Lagos, I don't want to go to Abuja to file for a visa with the Serbians, to go to Montenegro, wow, this is some confusing process. And now I'm gonna have to spend my time, my money to go there so that they can reject me, so that they can give me wahala too. I already got rejected for 5 visas to I don't know where. Why would I now get this visa? Well, you know what? You're right. You need to have a strategy. You need to have a plan. You need to know how much money is required. You can't just jump on top of the next bandwagon and say, oh, me, it's going to work out for me. All my friends left to Canada, so I'm leaving to Canada too. No, you're not. Yes, you do need a plan. Yes, you do need to fulfill certain minimum criteria, but that doesn't mean that you can't go. Other issues had to do with, where's my income going to come from? How can I earn a living when I'm now in Europe, and so on? Well, most questions were in the direction of, when I go there, which kind of hustle can I do? Okay, when I ask people, what are you going to do in Montenegro? What are you going to do in Serbia? I don't know, I'm just going to reach and I'm going to hustle. It's like, you really think this is Lagos? It's not. You can't just come here and hustle. You can't just come here and street hawk. You gotta get arrested. You gotta get picked up within a week, tops. Okay, like, what do you think you're doing, man? It doesn't work like that here, okay? It's not like, oh, I'm gonna reach. I'm gonna go underground. I'm gonna get a job cleaning dishes. I'm gonna, like, first of all, you stick out like a pimple on a holiday. In this country, everybody notices you just for being African, because there are no Africans here, very few. So it's not like, oh, you're under the radar, nobody pays attention that you're here. And secondly, you don't speak the language. Yes, many people here speak English, but if you want a real on-ground job, you need to speak the language. You can't just be, oh, I'm gonna wash floors. I don't need to speak a language to wash floors. Guess what? The moron that's gonna tell you which chemical to mix in the bucket, okay, doesn't speak English. Okay? So even for simple jobs like this, the employers are going to be simple people from the village. They don't speak English. They never went to university, maybe not even high school. It's not a realistic scenario. A realistic scenario would be you want to develop some sort of online career prior to coming here. Or and this is an interesting one, you are somehow involved in the entertainment industry. Okay? You're now going to watch a short excerpt of a video that we filmed in an open air dance bar in Podgorica, the capital of Montenegro, where there were 6 or 8 African looking Cubans from the Caribbean performing. And bruv, these people go wild. They have never seen a show like this. They are ordering drinks, they are dancing, they are doing things that Europeans usually don't do. So take a look right here. If you can do something similar, if you can set up a show, if you're a very talented singer, if you can create some sort of extraordinary entertainment for these people here, they will hire you. Okay? But just coming here and saying, oh, I got this show and it's going to be okay, it's a bit of a risk. Yeah? The best is you have some sort of online income already, and then you can put this show on top. Okay? Or the best is you have a show, you come here one time to visit, you try it out, you see it works. In the first month you're already selling something. Okay, now you can start a company and stay here. These are the different ways of doing it, but generally speaking, I highly recommend that you have some sort of online income beforehand. That means that you have a profession, whether it's a writer, graphic designer, lawyer, accountant, video editor, YouTube channel owner, I don't know what it is, Instagram influencer, but you need to have that income, and that would be, I would say, roughly at $400 minimum, okay, per month. Also, your savings, in order to actually be able to stay here, should not be lower than $5,000, which would be roughly 2.5 million naira. And don't catch me now by the sum and say, oh, look, okay, I have 2.5. Like, this is the minimum. Not, 2.5, great, optimal. Yeah, this is the minimum for one person that needs to fly here, that needs to land here, that needs to pay deposit on an apartment, that needs to pay the rent every month, because here it's monthly, not annually, and that needs to eat, that needs to do all kinds of stupid mistakes and overpay for all kinds of stuff because you don't know where you are in the beginning, and that's just life. So how do you actually get here without having to apply for a Montenegro visa, which is, by the way, not one of the hardest visas in the world to apply for? If your passport, and I hope you do have a passport, if your passport already includes a US, UK, Canada, Japan, Schengen zone, which means mostly European Union, visa in your passport, it can be expired. Nobody cares. It's already there. You already went to one of these countries in the last, say, 5 years. First of all, you're going to be treated with huge preference by the Serbian embassy in Abuja. They're going to be like, wow, this guy already, or this girl already went to Germany, or went to Italy, or went to America or UK. Well, they could have tried to stay there. They're probably really coming to our country to do what they're saying they're going to do. They're not going to suspect you as economic immigrants or something like that. In comparison to somebody that just issued their first passport last week and now shows up and like, look, I have a passport, I want a visa. Like, different ballpark, different approach by the immigration officers, very advantageous. Now here comes the real advantageous scenario. That would be if you have a valid multiple entry visa to the UK, to the Schengen zone, or to the United States in your passport right now. Okay, many of the people I talk to tell me, oh, but I have a visa and I couldn't stay in America because it's too expensive, because I don't know which job I'm gonna have there, because I already got something going on for me in Nigeria, because there's so many reasons why you could have a visitor visa to one of these countries, but you didn't stay, okay, or you don't know how to stay, or you don't want to stay there. Okay, personally, I don't live in one of these countries because it's way too expensive. And I lived in America, I lived in Germany, I lived in Israel, which is more expensive than Germany and America together. I lived in all these places. I don't want to be in these places. They're way too pricey. Everything you do has a huge impact on your budget, on your investments, on your life. I'd rather live in a place like Montenegro, which is upcoming. Things are moving. There's a construction site right outside of our building. I don't think there would be construction outside of our building in Germany right now because Germany is stagnant. It's not going anywhere. Use one of these visas that I just described, US, UK, Schengen, multiple entry. Come here, land. They'll be like, wow, you don't even have a visa by the Serbian embassy. Stamp, okay, you'll need your PCR test, you'll need your vaccination report, whichever one you have. That will be sufficient. Now you are in, okay? Once you are in this country, you can now create a company, you can now buy a property, you can now do these different steps that should be sufficient for you in order to apply for residency. From the moment you applied for residency, it doesn't even matter if your visitor stamp for Montenegro expires. You are now welcome in this country until your case is resolved, whether it's a rejection or an approval, okay? The approval might have a few hurdles, like, I don't know, because you came here on a Schengen visa or a US visa, you'll have to send your criminal record for authentication with the Serbian embassy in Abuja. That's a DHL matter. Yes, it will cost a few $100, but at the end of the day, you're here. You're not obligated to leave anymore. You're now getting your documents authenticated. And from the moment that everything is in place, about 2 weeks will pass and you'll have a Montenegrin residency permit and work permit in your hand. That basically means that in 5 years from now, you have put yourself in the right position to become a permanent resident of a European Union country, potentially of a Schengen zone country, and in 10 years you can apply for citizenship in a EU country, potentially a Schengen zone country. That's a pretty smart and pretty cheap way of getting into the EU community and putting one foot through the door to the place that you want to be in. Okay? Having said that, feel free to comment below, ask your question, contact me on WhatsApp in this number right here. Okay, no problem. And yeah, if you haven't liked the video yet, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel to watch more interesting content about relocation out of Nigeria and working online. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye guys.